Hello and welcome to wherever you are around the world, and welcome to the second installment of the USA LLM special. Today we are joined by UC Davis School of Law in California. We have two guests who are going to be educating you all about the state, about the university and the law school in particular. But just before we do introduce you and go through that, just to give you an idea about what today will cover, we just mentioned there we have a special presentation from UC Davis, why you should use LLM study on postgrad.com, details of a £500, $500 bursary that you could win that will go against your tuition fees and it will not clash with any other funding, and details of the upcoming issues we have coming of this topic. Just a reminder that if you are watching on demand or you're watching after the session has finished, you won't be able to ask any questions whether you're on Zoom or social media. So please send your questions through to myself, Gareth at postgradsolutions.com, or send it through to the inquire button on the Zoom page itself. But without further ado, I'd like to hand you over to Adriana and Samudra, who are representatives at the University of California Davis School of Law. Over to you. They'll be having a in-depth conversation with you with a presentation. There will be a live Q&A, so if anyone's got any questions, please do fire them over to me through the chat facility, Q&A facility, or the tab on Facebook or LinkedIn. But for now, Adriana, over to you.
Hello. Thank you so much, Gareth, and welcome all of you to this special edition, special webinar for you. My name is Adriana Aguena, and I'm here representing UC Davis School of Law. I have a bachelor's of law, and many years like you, I was looking forward to changing my life, to changing my career, to expanding my knowledge in law. And I made a very special, important decision in my life, which was to come to beautiful California and really do an LLM in US law and policy. And I'll tell you that changed my life. So today I'm coming here to share with you important information about UC Davis School of Law, and most importantly, how can you prepare yourself to come to UC Davis School of Law and attend a LLM, which is a Master's of Law program at our school. And myself and my colleague Samudra, who I will be introducing shortly, will be talking about how you can make a dream come true. It was a dream that came true to myself, and it can happen to you. With that said, I will introduce you to my friend and colleague, Samudra.
Hi, thank you, Adriana, and thank you so much, Gareth, for this opportunity. And my name is Samudra Kugel, and I'm the Director of Admission and Global Outreach at UC Davis School of Law LLM program. And so the Adriana, my colleague who is part of the admission team, and I will be taking turns giving this presentation, and then I'm happy to answer any questions at the end. Go ahead, Adriana. So a little bit about UC Davis as a whole. We do have 6 professional schools at UC Davis under UC Davis umbrella. We have School of Education, Law, Medical School, Management, and Nursing and Veterinary Medicine program. So our law program is one of those professional schools. And also a little bit of about ranking. And I know ranking is not the everything, but we are very proud to say that we are UC Davis as a whole. We are one of the top public schools, and we are ranked 5th according to Wall Street Journal. And then also our law school 35th rank according to US News and World Report. And also we are very, very proud that we are #1 in the nation for diversity and internationalization, which is super important. And I'm personally so proud of that. And also #1 in the nation for sustainability, which is a great, big topic. California. So you have already seen, I'm sure, the California map. One of the biggest, largest economies in the world. And we are very close to San Francisco and also Sacramento, one of the largest capitals. So this, when you think about living or learning, going to school close to a capital, there are a lot of advantages for a law student. And also we are very beautiful part of in the US as a whole. We are very, very proud to say we are one of the beautiful states in the US and close to Yosemite, Napa Valley, Los Angeles, Lake Tahoe. So we are ideally located, just not to study, also to enjoy the beautiful California. Next. So City of Davis, these are some pictures of Davis. It is, I would say, a small town, about 70,000 residents, but almost 40,000 of them are students, undergraduate, graduates, and the students who are going to professional schools. Also, faculty and staff make up this big chunk of this 70,000 residents in City of Davis. So this is a truly a college town. And you can see a lot of bicycles, and we are known to people as bicycle capital of the USA, and also very highly educated intellectual population. So even if you go to a restaurant or a coffee shop, you may run into researchers who do cutting edge research, or even Nobel Prize winners. And also we have a Mediterranean climate in our city, close to Sacramento, very safe and friendly, especially it's very, very important for international students. And the bottom here, you can see a farmer's market picture, and also student life. It's not, go ahead, that's okay. Student life, it's not just going to your class and taking law classes. It is not only that. When you especially study abroad, like thousands of miles away from your home country, there are a lot more to a student than just going to your classes. So these are some of the things you can do on campus. You can do sports, you can do rock climbing, you can use the gym every day to keep healthy yourselves, and even we have more than 100 clubs at UC Davis. Go ahead. Yeah, so these are some pictures that are students enjoying networking events, and also enjoying sunshine outside. This looks like almost like a class happening outside. It's not just in the classroom. And this is a picture of one of the cohorts of UC Davis School of Law. We are very proud of these students. Next. Yeah, Adriana, you wanted to take over to talk about our program information, and I'm happy to come back again with when she's done.
Absolutely, Samudra. Thank you. And I am super excited to share with you, as I said, about the Masters of Law, the LLM, which comes from the Latin, legum magister. It's a Latin word to say that you are going to become a master of laws. How do you become a master of laws? Obviously, attending our program, which is internationally recognized diploma. It's a law degree that you are going to be recognized all over the world. It doesn't matter where you are with your, your qualification. You're going to be able to represent yourself as a master's of law. There are many, many, many advantages of attending the UC Davis School of Law International Law Program as Masters of Law program, because what's something very, very important I needed to highlight to you guys is that we are going to customize. This is a very important word. We are going to tailor, to design an LLM program that is right for you. In other words, you're going to meet individually with Associate Dean Beth Greenwood, who will advise you on your curriculum. So she's going to ask you a question. What is your goal? What is your professional and personal goals? and she will help you to design a curriculum that will meet those goals. So let's say, for example, that you are interested in certain areas of law. So let's say that some of the most common laws or areas of laws that are very popular: intellectual property or environmental law, human rights, contracts, international transactions. Whatever it is that you would like to focus your LLM, she will be able to design a curriculum, pick and choose those classes that are relevant to your career. They are relevant to your interests. So there will be a program that is designed for you. This is unique because not only that, you're going to be taking classes with DD, which are the American law students. What is the advantage of taking class with other American law students? You want to be trained as an American lawyer. And most importantly, there is an integration between the international law students, people like you, law professionals, judges, prosecutors, whatever it is that your job is, or perhaps you just graduated from law school and you are going to graduate, whatever your situation is, you're going to be studying with American law students. You're going to be in the classroom. And this is such an enriching, important part of your learning curve, your learning opportunity, because you're going to be listening to American law students, speaking about the law, interacting with the professors, and you are also going to be interacting with the professors because it's a very dynamic class. Remember, you are coming to UC Davis School of Law, coming with your background, with your knowledge of law. And guess what? Our students here, the domestic students, the American law students, are eager. They are looking forward to learning from you and with you. So your participation in the classroom is very, very important. So this is how you're going to learn some expertise in certain areas of the law. Now, obviously, you're going to be speaking English, you're going to be listening in English, you're going to be dreaming in English, because this is part of your cultural experience. And most important, you're going to be improving your English skills. Like many of you, we speak, several languages. And the opportunity to be in the classroom and learning legal English, which is a different skill that you're going to be learning throughout the classroom and during your class, is going to help you to best prepare you and to be training as an American lawyer, right? You are intelligent. You already are here because you are qualified to come and attend our classes here at UC Davis School of Law. Now, it's not mandatory, it's an option. Some students do come to UC Davis School of Law, and after they successfully complete their LLM program, you qualify to do the bar exam. So, for example, some students decide that it would be important for their career to be a licensed attorney in California, or perhaps in New York, or Washington, D.C., or Texas, or other states. You can, after successfully complete your LLM, you will qualify to do the bar exam, and then you need to pick and choose the state that you would like to become an attorney. All this, there are many details, and we are happy to share with you in individual meetings that we can have with you, but I want to tell you that there are possibilities. You don't have to take that path, but if you do, be sure that we will make sure that you have, the qualification, and we will assist you with all the courses that are available for international students to best prepare them for the California bar exam or the other states' exams. What else? Why UC Davis School of Law? There are many reasons, and I would like to highlight some of them to make sure that you understand that in order to provide you with the best LLM program here in California, is because we have international and domestic well-known faculty. Yes, faculty are the professors that you are going to be learning from, you're going to be networking with. These people are key. They are the reason why we can offer such an outstanding, excellent program for you. And I do invite you, if you would like to take a look and see who our professors are, their publications, books that they have been publishing, and also their participation on TVs and etc. Please do visit our website. We're going to be sharing with you our information, and I invite you so you can see what kinds of law in areas of law those professors are specialists. Now, I did talk to you about the integration between international students, individuals like you, and our American law students. Again, it's a very important connection for you to network, to learn the culture, and most importantly, to participate in the classroom with all those students. Now, as I said, for our international students that are coming from all over the world, we have special workshops. We understand that you might come from a country where the judicial system is not common law, perhaps a civil law system. So you're going to be learning a different way the judicial system works here in the United States of America. And we have special workshops for you to teach you how to have academic success, how to best prepare for the bar exam, or career guidance if you ever decide to continue your career here in the United States or elsewhere in the world. And let's not forget, a lot of individuals, talented legal professionals like you have come before you. We have an alumni network that we are happy to share with you. Remember, people that have come before you have succeeded and they want you to be successful. We are happy to connect with you, the people that have come from your country and from all over the world that are successful, that are, working in their careers, and we are happy to assist you connect with those individuals. They love helping our students to succeed. And remember, here at UC Davis School of Law and at UC Davis at large, we have more than 50 student organizations, which is an amazing opportunity for you to be active in the university, to get to know people, to perhaps fight for a cause, and participate and share the information. You are coming to enrich our program. You're coming here to participate in the culture and the students' culture. So this is an invitation for you to be excited, to start thinking about what kind of experience do I want to have when I come to UC Davis School of Law? And remember, you may not have all the answers now, and that's why we are here to assist you. This is an invitation for you to start thinking about, to follow your dream, because we're here to assist you to make this happen. What else? Well, we have options, my friends. When we're talking about the academic year of your LLM program, as I said, there are basically two ways that normally our students go by. You can have a general LLM program where you can take as many subjects as you wish, and especially some subjects that may be tests for the bar. So I'll give you some examples: contracts, constitutional law, ethics, civil procedure. These are basically the subjects that some of the students take as a general path for your LLM program. However, if you do like to specialize, to focus in some areas of concentration, in some areas of law, and I have given you an example like intellectual property, because we are, again, really close to Silicon Valley and Google and all the intellectual property area of law, or international transactions, whatever it is that you would like to focus your LLM, we can and we will tailor an LLM according to those areas of law for you. Normally our students come for 1 year, 2 semesters, okay? But there are cases where students need an extended period of time, so they can, extend the LLM up to 2 years. And all this all depends on your case, on your situation, on your dream. So don't worry about that. We will be designing a program that is right for you. Now, we have options. You can start your LLM program here at UC Davis School of Law in August. Yes, August 2022, my friends, which is the fall semester. Or alternatively, you can start in spring, which is January 2023. Now, I have to highlight that we are still accepting applications for the fall for August 2022. Of course, it depends what part of the country you are, if you can get a visa, but if this is your dream and you're ready, we're going to help you to get where you need to be. Okay, we need to expedite, we need to make sure that you have time to be here, because guess what? We are back on campus, the classes are live in person, and we are very excited that our students are here to live the American dream to study law here at UC Davis School of Law. Now, just to give you an example, this is just a very short list. These are the common areas of law that some of the students choose. So from business law to environmental law to intellectual property or international public law, these are some of the areas that we focus on. There are many, many, many more. You'll be surprised when you visit our website, how many areas of laws that we focus on that you can focus your LLM on. Again, it's all about you and what your dream is and what kind of career enhancement you would like to focus on. And then again, you're special, you're coming, you're international, you're coming to our school, and we have special service for our international students. For example, we have the career services that really focus on networking opportunities for you. They teach you, for example, how to draft a resume in English, right? Because you're going to be meeting with potential employers, if you decide to do an OPT, or if you decide to do an internship, however it is that you decide in your career, we're going to be able to help you. You also have access to our library and the building, the beautiful School of Law, 24 hours a day. Some students like to study at night, some students like to study in the morning. It doesn't matter. You have full access to our libraries and other facilities here for you to study, okay? And we have academic workshops weekly to make sure that you have all the tools to be successful. And again, you can, participate in our students' organizations to make sure that you are integrated with all the law students here in our law school. All right, Samudra, tell our students here, how can they apply for our program? What are the documents that they need to provide us with, please?
Yeah, thanks, Adriana. So application checklist. So we have an application form, and then official transcripts. But at this point, when you apply, right now, if you're planning to apply, you can scan your official transcripts. So you don't have to spend money to mail or anything right now. If admitted that you can bring your transcripts, so you can mail at that point. And 2 letters of recommendations, and we prefer that by your faculty members writing these recommendation letters. But again, if you are a working lawyer right now practicing and you have graduated from your law school like 10 years ago, it's okay that if you can find a faculty member, that's great. But if not, your employer or your partner, whoever know your work, can write a letter. And then Toefl Ielts. So these are the 2 exams that you can show your English proficiency. Personal statement, and then your CV or resume. So this is kind of the basic list. And then there are a few different ways for you to apply. But if you are in the audience and you wanted to start in August 2022, which is like a little over 3 months from now, it is still possible. So, but the easiest way that you can apply to get expedited your application is either apply with me or Adriana. We can share our email address, and then we can send you the application form and all the documents, that the checklist we needed. And then you can scan everything to us, and then we can process. I know there was a question asking how long it take to process. So if you can send all the materials and your application is complete within, I would say, like a week, we can try to process for fall term, like August start. So there are other ways you could apply. You can mail us documents, you can go through LSAC, but there's a cost. But you apply either directly with me or Adriana, it's going to be free. And you can go to our website and do an online application. So there are several different ways for you to apply. But if you're thinking about fall, after this presentation, talk to us and we can advise you the kind of the most expedite way to apply. Thank you. Next. Yeah, actually, before Adriana get into the summer programs, I just wanted to kind of a little bit talk more about the application, the process. So we talked about the transcripts. You don't need like the sealed envelope transcripts at this point, but if admitted, that you can send us. And if you're thinking to apply for January, you can still apply with us right now. And also, Adriana mentioned earlier about visa. So right now, there are certain countries visa process going pretty fast. So so your individual situation, you can talk to us and we can talk to you. We can advise you that, oh, you're in a country that visa, you can get a visa appointment in a week and no problem. We can advise you to apply. But if you are one of those countries that kind of very hard to get a visa appointment, then when we can talk about the January intake. And it is the same, program, but we offer 2 intakes to kind of help with the students and their academic years, kind of the timeline or the calendar from their home country. And also, I know that this question will come up during Q&A, but I wanted to bring up already, talking about scholarships. We do offer scholarships, and the good thing that you don't have to do a separate application. So when you submit the checklist of items I talked about earlier, that your application will be reviewed for all the scholarships available. So again, unfortunately, we don't have a full scholarships, but we do have partial scholarships for highly qualified students. So that's something that we can discuss, and that we wanted to support you to make this LLM program happen for you. I'm going to hand over to Adriana to talk about our summer program, and which is coming up pretty soon.
That's right, Samudra. Thank you so much. And yes, my friends, the sooner the better, because there are steps to make you come here in beautiful California. I'm here in San Francisco. And the thing is, you know, it's your visa and housing, and we want to make sure that we'll help you to get here, whether you're coming by yourself or perhaps with your family. We want to make sure that you are taken care of. We have a team here working to provide you with the information, to provide you with the guidance, so you can be here live in person and live the American dream. This is a dream for many people, and it was for me. But with planning, organization, and, you know, within your budget, we are able to assist you. So that's why we are here to help you, to give you information to best prepare you. Now, that are options. Remember, we offer options. Of course, you do want to come and do your LLM program, and you can start this journey by attending some of our summer programs. We have summer programs that are going to be happening here in June, July, August, in person, and we also have online options. If you are not ready to leave your country for whatever reason, you can start warming yourself up for your LLM by attending some of our summer programs. We have 3 options: English for legal professionals, orientation in US law, and summer pre-law. Let me share with you more information about this course that we have. The first one is called the ELP, English for Legal Professionals, And it takes place here on June 27th through July 8th. It's a 2-week program from Monday through Friday. You can attend it here at UC Davis School of Law, or you can also attend online. So we're going to give you the option to watch those classes, the recorded classes that we're going to be doing. Now, the tuition is $2,115, okay? And there is a fee. But remember, if you are going to be attending more than one program, you only pay once, $150 once, okay? This course, the English for Legal Professionals, are especially designed for those individuals like you that know how to speak English really well, but you needed to learn more the legal English vocabulary to best prepare you for your LLM program. So it is a good way to start thinking about the terminology in English, right? You all can communicate, but how can you present yourself to the court? How can you talk to other lawyers? How does the vocabulary help you to properly communicate in English? So our professor, she's wonderful. She has taught this class for many years. She's very patient, and students really enjoy taking this class in preparation for the LLM program. Whether you're going to do the LLM here in August or in January, doesn't matter. You can still take this class because we'll help you. We will introduce you to the LLM program as far as preparation goes. So you can do it. We are advising students to register by June 15th, okay? Just because, again, if you're coming here, we need to make sure that you get here before the classes start. But if you are attending online, you still have time to register for the ELP, the English for Legal Professionals, okay? That's one option. The other option is the orientation in U.S. law. This course here is also it's a 3-week program. It goes from July 11th through July 29th, okay? And we are going to be teaching here on site. Students are coming here and they're going to be taking class from 9 to 12 here, California time. And they're going to be able to also visit some sites. Now, if you are unable to come here at this point, you can still attend this class because all classes are recorded and you may be able to watch it in previously recordings or live here with our Zoom technology, okay? The cost for this class is $3,100. And again, we asking students to register by June 15th, but you already know the sooner the better because you want to make sure that you save a seat, that you save your spot. Those summer programs are very popular because UC Davis School of Law is the only school offering summer programs. In fact, there are other students going to other institutions to do their LLM, but they come here to attend our summer programs because this is how unique it is. So the orientation U.S. law is going to go a little deeper in the judicial system here in the United States. How do you prepare? How do you read a case in English, in legal English? How do you write memorandums of law? So this course goes a little deeper into some of the contracts and civil procedures, some constitutional law, some other subjects that you are going to be studying in depth during your LLM program. Now, we have another option, which is called the Summer Pre-Law. This is also a 2-week program. This is online only. So if you are there, whatever you are in the world, and you are unable to join us here yet in person, I would like to invite you to join us because this course here is also designed for students like you or legal professionals like you that thinking about the LLM, but you want to brush up some of the concepts of the law here in the United States. And how can you be successful during your LLM? So our professors are going to teach you tips, advice that are super important. How do you prepare your classes? How do you develop tools to be successful during your LLM program? So this is very, very important. It's a good warm-up to build you the confidence that you need to come to UC Davis School of Law and attend your LLM program. So again, we have options. If you can't attend our LLM in August or in spring, for the time being, you can get yourself prepared by attending other classes that are either here in person or online. We give you options. We understand the world is coming to a normal, world, and we want to make sure that we give you the opportunity to participate in our class wherever you are. Well, here are our contact information. We're going to be sharing here in the chat box our direct email, because not only you can reach us right away, Samudra and I are available to help you, to assist you, especially if you are thinking about coming in August. We need to act fast, my friends, okay? So don't forget to email us. Here are all the social media channels. Please do look us up, do your homework, check out our website that has great information for you, but we are here. And if needed, if you need an individual meeting with us, Samudra and I are available to meet with you and discuss your situation to best assist you. Then Samudra, before I play 2 short clips to our friends, just for them to see a little bit of Davis and our students and the field trips. We take our students to the field trips. Do you have a final advice for our students before for our player?
You think we should go over the questions first?
You can. We can. Yeah. Absolutely.
So I will kind of go through the questions. We have a student from Malawi. Chancellor College, more than 10 years of experience, great. So Mustafa, what I would like to advise that we encourage you to apply, and because we do have, we are trying our best to bring a cohort of students with different experiences. That means students just out of law school, just graduated, and also students who, like you, have a lot of experience. So we try to bring a cohort, a mix of different backgrounds. So I would encourage you to apply, and then the requirements, we're doing a holistic review. So we will be looking at your transcripts and looking at your recommendation letters, and looking at your CV, and the most importantly, personal statement. So please do write a personal statement that reflect your self and your goals and your future goals. So that's very important part of the application. So I do encourage you to apply, Mustafa. And we have a question from Ryan. What support can UC Davis offer for international students moving to US for the first time? Great question. And I know Adriana covered this a little bit. So what kind of the timeline that the things kind of fall into place? It's like the soonest you apply, that we will the admission committee will review your application, and if you accepted, we will send you a application, like an offer letter, and then a scholarship letter if you if we are awarded any scholarship. After that, soon as you and there's a form called SIR that you have to fill out and send us back, saying that you wanted to commit to UC Davis. And at that point, that we have a team of people that just like Adriana mentioned earlier, that to help you with. So the first step that we will create an ID number for you, UC Davis, and then an email address. And then after that, we will send you all the information that you can secure your visa, like the I-20, the documents you need. And after that, you will get housing information and orientation information. We will help you every step of the way. And when you arrive, we will have orientation. It's normally a kind of like a week long. It's not just like one day that we orient you. Normally there's a tour, a campus tour, and then there are many different guest speakers come and talk to you, and you will get to meet the faculty and everything. So, and there will be even an opportunity to meet current students. So yeah, so that's kind of how we bring a student from A all the way to Z, like bringing and onboarding you on campus. Hope, Ryan, it was helpful. So let's talk about some questions.
Hi, Samudra. I think it has been suggested that we play the videos, and we're going to move into the question and answer. And Gareth will be mediating because he has also received some questions via other social media channels, which is great because we have students from all over the world attending our webinar. So with your permission here, I'm going to go ahead and just show you guys a little bit what it is like to be a student here at UC Davis School of Law. As we have mentioned before, we do take our students, now of course a post-pandemic world, bring our students to really understand what it is like to be living here in California, beautiful California. And the field trips are really helpful to you to not only socialize and network with other students, but also to relax, because it's also part of your learning to be here at beautiful California and see things, do things that we normally do and understand the laws around it. So for example, here we took our students to visit Napa here in California, the world famous wine region. And believe me, there is wine law, there is regulations about how you can make your wine and how you can sell it, how you can import and export. So there's a lot of teachings behind a field trip. Are you ready to watch it with me? It's super exciting and I hope you enjoy.
Known for its green landscapes and blue skies, California is a beautiful place to study. UC Davis School of Law provides opportunities for international law students to take study breaks and enjoy traveling with classmates to famous places, including the Napa Valley. With more than 400 wineries, Napa is one of the world's premier wine regions. As one of Napa's greatest innovators, Robert Mondavi deeply influenced the wine country as well as UC Davis itself. The Mondavis funded the on-campus Robert and Margaret Mondavi Performing Arts Center and the Robert Mondavi Institute for Food and Wine Science. These flagship campus resources form the hub of UC Davis's world-class performance and hospitality culture. Start your legal education journey at UC Davis today. Follow the dream.
Cheers, my friends. Another short clip here for you, super quick, just showing a little bit more of our students who have come from all over the world, like you, to study law with us here. So just bear with me here. All right. Let me get you another one. There you go.
We all work for an international law firm which has offices across the world, and I think it has quite a strong US client base, which is why the firm kind of runs this program to help us get a better understanding of the US legal system, which is relevant to a lot of our clients.
I think like a big thing of this program is to widen your network. So that means not only like to different areas of practice, but you meet like people from different countries.
I really think that after having had these subjects here, I will have a better understanding of the US system. And mainly as we control transactions all around the world, understanding its fundamentals is really, really useful. I love the contracts clause. That's one of my main highlights. I really think that also the constitutional foundations that we're finding here are really useful.
We've been to the Davis Farmers Market. That was pretty fun. And we've been taking advantage of the excursions the program has. In San Francisco, we got dumplings and we got back on the bus and you guys had procured extra dumplings for me.
One thing that you don't realize until you get a bite is how big the campus is. So you get to know that there's a load of stuff going on.
I think it's just been a lot of fun, not only learning about the US legal system, which is what we're all here for, but meeting all the other students in the course, because they all come from such diverse countries, and hearing their perspectives and how things work in their own countries.
Finding each other here is pretty much a highlight. So I was expecting to find nice people, but maybe not as nice as you two. So.
Aww.
All right, good times. Thank you, Gareth. Hello.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Adriana and Samudra. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. It's been fantastic to see that, and I'm so pleased you showed that video at the end, because so many of the questions that were filtering through were so relevant to that video, especially to their own experiences. At this stage, I'd like to welcome all our podcast listeners, those that are joining on the Postgrad podcast channel. We have just engaged with a webinar with UC Davis. We've got Adriana and Samudra here from UC Davis School of Law. Both of you, thanks for doing this. Thanks for your time today. It was a fantastic webinar. Some of the questions that have come through are really interesting. I suppose I better start with the more institutional side of things, rather than honing in on courses to begin with. Can you talk to me a little bit about Davis itself? I know we've touched upon it already. You know, a town with 70,000 people in it. Is there a diverse amount of students? We've just seen a video with a Peruvian, an Italian, and I think they were British. So there's people from all over the globe that are studying, presumably not just online, but at the campuses as well. Talk to me why students should come to the area. What makes it so special? You know, its ties and links to the local major cities that people really are aware of, and so on from there. Adriana, if I let you answer that one to begin with.
Yeah, I can go ahead with that. So we are very proud, and we our admission team, like not just law school, but undergraduate and graduate, we try to bring diverse students from within US and also students from all over the world. That if you look up, we are one of the top diverse schools in the US. And also it's not just the student diversity, also faculty. We work very hard to bring diverse faculty on campus. So there's effort, and there's a diversity strategic planning happening every few years. And if you look up in our website, there's a strategic plan you can find, and kind of exact numbers of how many countries and things like that. Yeah, so, and I mean, kind of the makeup of the Davis, that it's about 25% Asian students in that category, and also about 25% white and 21%, almost 22% Hispanic or Latino. And 6% have identified as more than 2 races, and then more than about 2% of African American, and then we have a population of Native Hawaiian. And again, we are working very hard as a university to, within US and from around the globe, to bring diverse student population and faculty and staff.
Excellent. And,
so
and from sorry, Samudra, just quickly, from a city town perspective, what is there for an international student to do? Because obviously it's a daunting task sometimes, you know, coming from around.
I'm sorry, I don't hear you well.
Sorry, I was saying from a student perspective, how much is there to do in the city? Because coming from all over the world, students will be inevitably concerned and worried about, you know, how lonely it could be, and, you know, how they will fit in, and whether or not the city and town will suit them. Sometimes they're making decisions based on what they've seen and heard rather than where they've been. So what is there in the city that would welcome these students?
Yeah, so city itself is a college town, so a lot of students like that atmosphere more than if you think about like an urban university, that kind of middle of the city. Some students may like that, like it's kind of middle of Chicago or like Los Angeles. That's a total different vibe than UC Davis. It's definitely, I would say, kind of best of both worlds, because from Davis, It's very close to Sacramento. So like a Friday night, you can go just 20 minutes to Sacramento or go to San Francisco. So you can enjoy like a city life. And also you can, during the week, you can focus and you can study like without distraction in this small town. And city is obviously made up from faculty and students and staff. So that kind of give it's everywhere you go, it's a part of the university. So the whole city is a university vibe and welcoming. It's a university community everywhere you go. So even if you go to like a pizza parlor, you will see the students working, and coffee shop, the barista is a student. So it's very, and even on campus, students work on campus. So it's a very, I would say it's a dream for parents because it's a safe environment. And yes. I would say, Adriana, you can help me with this. My opinion, it's, you meet every day and night, like the people connected to the university. It's kind of hard to find, even you in Davis, a person that not connected to the university,
which is a good thing.
So yeah, so I think there's a farmers market. So those are kind of the welcoming avenues for students to like enjoy. And we have a bus system that welcoming city bus service. Am I answering your question, Gareth?
Yes, I think you are. I think you touched on a few things there, which is great. I really wanted to get that in because for the people watching and listening who aren't familiar with Davis and where it is, I think it's really important for people to know what it's like to go and study there, because so much of studying, whether it be undergrad, masters, LLM, is about where you are and fitting in and understanding who you are within a certain society. So it kind of leads me quite nicely on actually to accommodation. It's something that we've not spoken about, and it's a question that's come in. So if you feel like you can't really answer it without researching, please do tell me. But how affordable is accommodation within the region? Is it expensive to live? And also, is the accommodation on campus? Is it far from campus, and so on from there?
I will answer kind of really quickly, and I'll let our expert, residential expert, Adriana. I know she helps students, and I actually send her way students individually to help. So she have quite a bit of knowledge what's available. So the expenses I kind of wanted to talk about before I hand over to Adriana. So it's again, you have to think about in the US, there are very, very expensive. Like if you are in New York City, if you go to law school in Manhattan, it's going to be a price tag going to be a pretty heavy. And like in Chicago, Los Angeles, like even San Francisco, compared to those places, I think, my personal opinion, the Davis, it's quite affordable. So that's when I always advise my students to kind of create their own budget. So the tuition, it could be like, for example, $60,000, the University A, but the accommodation could be like $2,000 to $3,000, like $3,000 if you live in like one of those cities I mentioned. So you kind of have to figure out, and that school may be giving you a generous scholarship like $30,000. So those are all things kind of a part of the puzzle and part of your budget. Yeah. So just don't look at kind of the scholarships price or the sticker price. Like I would really recommend have an Excel sheet and put down what is the sticker price, like what's the amount of tuition, and what is the scholarship you received, and most importantly, what is the cost of living, what is the housing. And also I want to mention it's how you wanted to live too. So if you're a LLM student, if you have your family and you want a 2-bedroom apartment, that's going to be the cost going to be very different than if you're a student by yourself and don't mind having 3 other roommates to share 2-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
And cook your own meal. So I'm just kind of setting the stage for Adriana.
Adriana, over to you, I believe.
Yes, that's right, Samudra. We have options because every student, it's a specific case. So as Samudra was saying, if you're coming or planning to come with your family, of course, there are apartments, that are houses for rent, and we are going to assist you in finding those rental opportunities. We actually have a list with housing offered to our students all over Davis. Remember, it's a college town, so the city lives about our students to assist. So there are many, many options, and they're all close to the law school. You can actually bike to law school. You can actually walk to the law school. And if you don't like biking or walking, that's okay. You have a bus. We have a double-deck bus. It's managed by our students. You pay $1 and you can go all over campus. So don't fear, don't worry about it. Although the weather is beautiful here, so going for a walk, it's a good benefit to your mental health. But going back to housing, there are options. So you can live off campus. You're not in the dorms necessarily, but you are living really close to law school. Here in the city of Davis, within 20 minutes walking from the law school, you can go to the small city of Davis. Okay, so it's really, really relatively close. Now, if you are on a budget, and as Samudra said, it's important to start thinking about how much money, how much you wanted to invest on your education, and part of it is housing, is that you can rent a room in several apartments and houses that we have here in Davis. You can rent an apartment and have roommates, right? And we are going to connect you with incoming students. So we're going to assist you with that. Another option is the homestay. You're going to have American parents. I did that actually for 6 months. I wasn't sure where to go, what to do, and I needed someone who cooked my meals, right? Because I didn't have time. So you can actually stay with American parents. In other words, you rent a room in a house where American parents, right, people live, and sometimes they prepare your meals, or you can prepare your meal yourself. You have international supermarkets here, so you can, buy the ingredients from your home country to make, the delicious food for you. So there are options. It all depends on your budget and how you want to experience life. You're here in America, you're here in Davis, so you may want to be part of the student population and live with other students. It kind of all depends on your comfort, right? How you want to see this experience develop. Some students, to be honest, when they first come to Davis, because they have never been to Davis before, they don't know where to go, what to do, they sometimes stay in Airbnbs for a week or two until they understand there's certain areas of the university, areas of Davis where they want to live. Some people want to live more, close to the bars and restaurants. Some people prefer to stay a little further to have a more peaceful and trees and natures. So it kind of depends on you and what kind of experience you want to have and what your budget is. There are many ways to make it very affordable for everybody. So here in Davis, as we said, we have bicycles, other ways of transportations to go to San Francisco and other big cities, because the cost of living is way lower than the big cities, but you can still enjoy going to the cities and have a good time.
It sounds like if you're a bike rider, you'll do very well in Davis.
For sure. The bicycle capital.
So it's just a couple more questions. I have seen a question come through from Emmanuel actually regarding part-time jobs. We will reach out to you separately about that, because I feel like Adriana and Samudra are probably best to tackle that one personally, so they'll reach out to you afterwards. Now, a question that I want to ask, and I've got to keep an eye on time here a little bit, but a question I want to ask is around the summer courses you offer. You mentioned that they are obviously due mid-June, I think you said, and they can be done online as well, which is fantastic. Talk to me about those online opportunities. Do the costs differ whether or not they're online or whether it's done face-to-face? And does it matter? I think a lot of students will worry and go, well, if it's not face-to-face, then it doesn't have the same impact. It shows in a certificate. Can you put that to bed and say it doesn't matter, or can you just talk me through that?
Yes, so the reality is, if you can come, if you can be in person, that is what you're looking for, the experience to live the American dream, to be here. We can't replace that. However, in order to best prepare you, to give you the opportunity to study, to understand what it is like to be in a university setting, what it is like to study with other international legal professionals and widen your network, you can do that online as well. What we want to offer to those who at this moment are unable to come is the fairness, is the possibility to understand how our courses are designed, how our student services work, how our professors are, because it is a way to kind of test it out. Let me see how UC Davis School of Law is. And you come and do your online or in-person classes, and you understand how we treat our students, how it is our student service, our customer service to you guys. And it is a way to kind of to get to know who we are, how our professors lead the classes. So when your time comes to make a decision, I'm going to go to UC Davis, I'm going to do my LLM program, you already know us. You already know our, our dynamic in the classroom. You know some of the students, so you feel more prepared. So nothing can compare to an in-person class. That's right. But we live in a in a world where we are now more than ever virtual. So what I'm saying is that if you can come, please do so, and we're going to help to get you here. But for whatever reason, at this point in time, you are unable to leave your country for whatever reason, my friend, you have the option to, to break the ice by attending those online classes where you're going to have a glimpse what it is like to be here. For when you come, we're going to be waiting for you with, wide opens here to welcome you to UC Davis School of Law.
Excellent. And one final question for me before we wrap up, I am conscious of time, is about the scholarships. And you mentioned, because we get loads of questions on social media, about on LinkedIn, on Facebook, about the full scholarships. Now, I know Samudra, you mentioned earlier on about the partial scholarship that you offer. Can you talk to me a little bit about that, how a student would go to apply for that, what they can expect, what you're looking for, requirements to apply for that scholarship before we wrap up?
So they don't have to apply. So when they apply to the program, LLM program, their application automatically get considered for scholarships. And it's not exact amount. So it depends on the student's academic ability. So there are different criteria. We look at the students' grades, their experience from their CV, and a country that the student can bring diversity to us. So there are multiple things we look at, and the amounts could be different from one scholarship to other scholarship. So it's not a set amount. And also it can change from year to year depending on our budget. So so the good news that we don't have application fee when you want to apply with us directly, and then you will get a decision within like 1 to 2 weeks. And that point you will know how much that you have been awarded, and you don't have to mail anything or ship anything. So there's it's only your time to put together the application, and there's no cost upfront. So it's worth that you apply and see how much the scholarship committee will decide to award for looking at your personal, like a holistic review, and decide what's the amount.
Excellent. Samudra, Adriana, both, thanks for your time. Very much appreciated. It's been a brilliant session. For anyone that's got any questions or any issues, they have put their contact details in the chat box. I've also put them on the chat facility on LinkedIn and on Facebook Messenger also. It is being a live stream, so it will be on demand probably from tomorrow. So head over to LLM Study to see it all there. But both of you, thank you very, very much. It's been very insightful. Now, just before we do wrap up today, just a little bit of information about who we are, Postgrad and LLM, in case you're new to this. So Postgrad, the parent company, have 10 million students funding their perfect PG program, which ranges from all different types of courses, which includes, of course, LLMs and law. LLM Study, which is a branch of what postgrad.com offers, is its own dedicated website which focuses on various different US law schools and law schools from around the world as well, looking to study their LLMs in English and some Latino speaking courses as well. There is an opportunity for you to win a £500 bursary. Anybody is eligible. Anybody looking to study in August or September, like UC are offering in this session, or in January or September 23, head over full-time, part-time, studying from anywhere around the world, head over and you can apply for this bursary, and we'll make you aware if you have won it, of course. It doesn't conflict with any other funding or scholarship opportunities, like was mentioned earlier. What's coming up? So we've seen a session today with UC Davis. In July, we have Study at Temple. We move over to the East Coast to finish. Suffolk Law School in Boston. We have an LLM study in Canada with Osgoode Hall Law School in York, which is not too far away from the USA, actually. And we also have dedicated LLM sessions from the likes of San Diego, UCLA, and more courses from Boston. So do stay tuned. A huge thank you to our special guest today, Adriana and Samudra, for making this happen. You've been listening to Postgrad podcast channel and our Postgrad Insights webinar service. We look forward to seeing you all in the future, but for now, a huge thank you from all of us. Adriana, Samudra, I'll let you say bye to everyone and thank you.